Hi you guys, and welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, my name is Candace, and today we're going to do something a little different than my usual cleaning motivation videos or decorating or whatever. As you can see, we are taking it into the shower today. But don't get too excited. What we're going to do is we are going to clean and reseal the grouts and the tile or the pebble stone like flooring that we have in our shower. So we built this house about 2 years ago, and we haven't resealed the flooring since we built it. So it's time to get in there and really scrub it down, clean it really good. I got some heavy duty tile and grout cleaner from AQUA. I'm gonna go over all of the items and tools that I'm using today to get this DIY project done. And I'm just gonna walk you guys through it, take you guys along with me, step by step, show you exactly what I'm doing, what I'm using, the measurements, the tools, everything. So if you're needing to reseal your tile or even just clean some of your grout, this will really be a how-to, a helpful video for you guys. So with that being said, I need to, disclaimer, I am not a professional. I have never done this before. This is my first time, so fingers crossed this works out. We'll see how it goes. If you're seeing this video, it probably worked out because I probably won't post it if it doesn't. So come along with me. I'm so glad you're here. Make sure you subscribe if you guys like cleaning motivation videos, homemaking, decorating, whatever, and even some random DIY projects. That's what we got over here. So hit that thumbs up and let's. Okay, you guys, so here is the team that we're using. I will go over everything. This is the brand AQUA. So I did some research. I made sure they had really good reviews. Supposedly it works really well. So AQUA, we got it at Home Depot. First, we're gonna start off with the heavy duty tile and grout cleaner, and then once this process is done, we'll head over to the resealing process. So you mix this a certain way, and you have to read the instructions. I've read them like 15 times just to make sure I'm doing it correctly. But depending on the condition of your area that you're trying to clean, that's the amount of solution to water that you use when mixing this. So I'll probably do a voiceover and kind of go over exactly what I'm doing, but I think I'm going to use 1 part solution, 3 parts water, since it's not crazy dirty, but there's definitely some buildup that needs to come off. So that's what I'm going to start off with. If it's not strong enough, you can always adjust. I have this scrubby brush. I know this looks super small, but I have another one I'm gonna use too. So this is gonna be like hands and knees type situation. And then I have this one down here. It's the longer, it has a long handle so you don't have to break your back when you're trying to do this. And then this is really gonna be good to get into the corners. As you can see, the shower has those long edges. So this will work really good. Make sure the bristles on your tools are super sturdy. Hope I'm not making y'all dizzy moving you like this. Like this is really strong. This is really strong. So when people are like, can you use a toothbrush? Obviously from my area, you cannot look, that's like so much ground to cover. But if you're just doing grout lines, some people will kind of go toward, I can kind of give you an example right there, a toothbrush, but you really do need something a little stronger than that. So these are super firm. And this is what I'm going to put my sealer in. The sponges, I'm going to apply the sealer with a sponge. So this is going to be kind of the squad for sealing it. And then this is going to be what we use. I'm going to apply, this is what you wipe it off with. And I'm going to go over this as I'm doing it, but you kind of wipe it off with a sponge, dry it off with an old towel, scrub it in with a brush. Make sure you have gloves. It like repeats itself multiple times on the instructions to make sure you have safety gloves, even eye goggles. I'm not gonna use eye goggles, I'm just gonna be super careful, but I definitely have gloves, and I'm definitely wearing tennis shoes. You know, you don't want this stuff on your skin. And then this is gonna be my bucket that I dip my solution in. All right, guys, let's do this. Okay, so I'm just starting up mixing the solution to start cleaning the tile and the grout. Basically, I just used 1 whole container of the heavy duty tile and grout cleaner from AQUA, and then I am just filling it up 3 times with water. So 1 part solution, 3 times water. So make sure, depending on the current situation of your flooring and your tile and your grout, like how much you need to use, read the instructions on the bottle and it kind of walks you through it. So before you start cleaning the grout and applying your sealer, you want to make sure the surface is completely clean and free of dirt and dust. So I'm just running the vacuum. You can sweep, run your vacuum, whatever, depending on the size of your surface that you're trying to clean. Just make sure that you get all the dirt and grime up so that you're not sealing in any of those particles. So now I'm going to start applying the cleaner. So basically, I've just got a handheld brush that has super strong bristles. My gloves, of course, and I'm working in smaller sections to make sure that I don't miss any places. Also, you don't want the stuff to dry onto your surface, so you need to keep it moist, keep it moving around, keep scrubbing it for about 3 to 5 minutes per section. Then you're going to take I just took a sponge and I kind of sponged up most of it, and then an old towel to kind of dry it off so that it wasn't drying itself onto the grout and the tile. Okay, let me see if I can kind of show y'all. There's actually a huge difference with what I've cleaned compared to what I can't. I don't know if you can see this. So this side has been cleaned. This side has not. Do you see the difference? This stuff works amazingly and instantly. So, which is probably why all the protective gloves are needed. But this is how much we have left. I know that I could use a bigger brush, cover more ground, but I'm really just wanting to take my time. I'm not in a hurry. I don't want to miss spots. So because once I seal it, you know, it's what's on there is what's being sealed, what's going to be seen. So I want to make sure that it's done correctly. Here's like actually a really good comparison of one side that has been cleaned versus one side that has not. This stuff is like magic, you guys. Okay, so after you finish cleaning the surface and you kind of let it sit for a few minutes, you're gonna rinse it with water and then make sure it's dried completely before you start this. Okay, so the floors are cleaned, they are dry. That stuff was awesome. So now I am moving on to sealing them. So once again, this is what we're using, AQUA Mix Sealer's Choice Gold. And I was reading, this shower is, I think my husband said it was 5 by 12, so roughly 60 square feet. That is a large shower. This will cover, it says up to approximately 50 to 200, and y'all can't read that, 50 and 250 square feet per coat. So this, if I do, I'm gonna end up probably doing 2 coats. If I end up doing 2 coats, this should cover it. Y'all, I'm getting ghetto and I'm just putting it in this. We don't have a paint pan or anything. This is what we're doing. And I'm going to apply it with a sponge. So basically, first coat, see how it absorbs. Wait 30 minutes if you're doing 2 coats, and then you can do your second coat. Then after your 2 coats and you're satisfied with how it's looking, you can do like a water test where you just drop a couple of drops of water on a little part of it, not too much, and see if any water absorbs, then you need to do another coat. So I'm nervous, excited, all the feelings. Okay, so this is coat 1 of the sealer. So what did we learn? The sponge caused too many bubbles. I was looking up, like kind of researching, and when I saw it, I was like, this doesn't seem like right. So I looked it up, and you don't want too many bubbles. So I switched from the sponge to the paintbrush, and the paintbrush seemed to do a lot better, especially when I kind of slowed down, took my time. Because I've never done this before, I thought the product was going to be more thick. I didn't realize how thin of a solution that it actually is. I mean, it was like water. So you don't even need, you can literally use, you don't even need like a paint pan or whatever. I thought that I would be rolling on a paint pan or something. That it may be too, for the kind that I use, it was a little too thin. So, but that's okay. We learned, you know, you can just use like a regular bucket, I guess. But coat 1. So we're gonna wait 30 minutes, come check on it, and do coat 2. So we're bringing a new player into the game. This is the Sealer and Finish Tile Lab Gloss. So basically, I wanted to get the AQUA Mix brand, but they didn't have it at Home Depot. But the look I'm wanting on these floors, I'll kind of bring you over here. You see how it's super porous still, like it's in its natural state almost, but I'm wanting it a more wet look, like, you know, a more glossy, shiny finish. So I decided that I'm going to do 1 coat of this and see how I like it. It says that you can apply a coat and then wait 2 hours, see if it's the desired look that you want, and then if it's not, you can apply another coat or keep it as is. And it takes, for new installations, it was saying it takes a little longer, but since this is an existing installation, it only takes up to 6 hours to completely dry before you can, up to 6 hours before it says traffic can be put on it, you know, like you can stand on it and stuff. So we're gonna try this out, you guys. I'm gonna go back to using my sponge. I'm gonna get a new sponge actually, but I'm gonna use the sponge again because the guy said that it's probably the best way to do it is with a sponge. We will see how this looks. Okay, so the first coat is on of the gloss. Sorry, my dog, you can see him. Hi. Can you hear him crying? He wants attention. But okay, what have we learned? The sponge does really well, very quick, easy to get in between, like the deeper, where the grout is a little deeper. A little bit goes a long way. When I was reading or kind of like watching someone else do it, they say you don't want it to be super, it's like a milky color. As you saw in the video, it's kind of like this white creamy, but you don't want it to be in one spot more heavier or milkier than another. Kind of make it even. So it did not take a lot of product at all. Like, we did not need to buy that big of a jar, but that's okay. So 2 hours. We'll see what this looks like, if I want to do another coat after 2 hours or if I'm happy with it. We will see. Okay, so first coat of the gloss is pretty much dry. It's been 2 hours. You can kind of see. I'm really excited. It's working. I am going to do 1 more coat though, because just to give it a little bit more gloss. But if this is enough for you, like, you can stop here. You don't have to. I'm gonna go 1 more and then I'll be done. Okay, let's get it done. Oh, so the second coat, I'm gonna use a paintbrush. It's quicker. The sponge is really good when you're trying to get into these deep grout pieces, but those are already pretty much good to go. So I'm just going to do the paintbrush. Okay, Okay, you guys, we did it. Wow, that was a lot. That was a lot of work. It's definitely, depending on, I had some interruptions with the kids and stuff, so it's definitely an all-day project. And I didn't realize that I was going to want the gloss seal on it, and I'm obsessed. I love it. It turned out perfect. The second coat went on smoother with the paintbrush. The first coat, the sponge did better getting into the deep crevices of the grout. So it's really just trial and error, honestly. And you know, there were some mistakes made, so I'm keeping them in the video so you can learn from my mistakes. This is my first time doing this. But I think overall it went really well. So thank you so much for being here. I hope this helped you with your DIY project that you are trying to attempt at your own home. Stay tuned for the before and after because I have a feeling it's going to be amazing. All right, guys, until the next time, see ya.